Welcome. Today we will be reading Lesson 256 in the workbook, and from the text, Chapter 21, Section 8, The Inner Shift. And now for Lesson 256. God is the only goal I have today. The way to God is through forgiveness here. There is no other way. If sin had not been cherished by the mind, what need would there have been to find the way to where you are? Who would still be uncertain? Who could be unsure of who he is? And who would yet remain asleep in heavy clouds of doubt about the holiness of him whom God created sinless? Here we can but dream, but we can dream we have forgiven him, in whom all sin remains impossible. And it is this we choose to dream today. God is our goal. Forgiveness is the means by which our minds return to him at last. And so, our Father, would we come to you in your appointed way. We have no goal except to hear your voice and find the way your sacred word has pointed out to us. In this world, the road to truth is traveled through forgiveness, for no other way leads there. For what has led to where one is but giving worth to what is untrue. Being the one created perfect by perfection itself, illusions have no place in one's true self. Illusions but make uncertainty and unsuredness in the mind of one created certain and sure. And would one yet remain asleep and doubting the innocence of one created forever sacred? Truth itself is our goal today, and the means which it is realized is through forgiveness. For one can make a world of hate, or a world forgiven with happy dreams. One chooses today only to listen to the teacher of truth, so one can discover the way back to what has never changed. And now for our text reading for today from chapter 21, section 8, The Inner Shift. Are thoughts then dangerous? To bodies, yes. The thoughts that seem to kill are those that teach the thinker that he can be killed. And so he dies because of what he learned. He goes from life to death, the final proof he valued the inconstant more than constancy. Surely he thought he wanted happiness, yet he did not desire it because it was the truth, and therefore must be constant. The constancy of joy is a condition quite alien to your understanding. Yet if you could even imagine what it must be, you would desire it, although you understand it not. The constancy of happiness has no exceptions, no change of any kind. It is unshakable, as is the love of God for his creation. Sure in its vision, as its creator is in what he knows, happiness looks on everything and sees it is the same. It sees not the ephemeral, for it desires everything be like itself, and sees it so. Nothing has power to confound its constancy, because its own desire cannot be shaken. It comes as surely unto those who see the final question is necessary to the rest, as peace must come to those who choose to heal and not to judge. Reason will tell you that you cannot ask for happiness inconstantly. For if what you desire you receive, and happiness is constant, then you need ask for it but once to have it always. And if you do not have it always, being what it is, you did not ask for it. For no one fails to ask for his desire of something he believes holds out some promise of the power of giving it. He may be wrong in what he asks, where and of what, yet he will ask because desire is a request, an asking for, and made by one whom God himself will never fail to answer. God has already given all that he really wants. Yet what he is uncertain of, God cannot give. For he does not desire it while he remains uncertain, and God's giving must be incomplete unless it is received. You who complete God's will and are His happiness, whose will is powerful as His, a power that is not lost in your illusions. Think carefully why you have not yet decided how you would answer the final question. Your answer to the others has made it possible to help you be already partly sane. And yet it is the final one that really asks if you are willing to be wholly sane. What is the holy instant but God's appeal to you to recognize what He has given you? Here is the great appeal to reason, the awareness of what is always there to see, the happiness that could be always yours. Here is the constant peace you could experience forever. Here is what denial has denied, revealed to you. For here the final question is already answered, and what you ask for given. Here is the future now, for time is powerless because of your desire for what will never change. For you have asked that nothing stand between the holiness of your relationship and your awareness of its holiness. In this last section of chapter 21, we are told that there is a constancy of joy, of pure happiness, that one does not understand. It does not change, has no exceptions, and is unshakable. In perfect surety does joy's vision gaze on everything and sees it as the same. Though not understood, one still desires it. Yet one has already been given everything one wants. So if one does not have it, one's doubts and uncertainty have blocked one from receiving it. Like the final question in the previous section that remains unanswered, one is not certain. One wants all illusions to be released. One still wants to compromise between truth and falsity, not realizing the choice is between joy and suffering. Truth and true happiness are not partial in nature. That is why the final question is so important to answer.